Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips a balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys. So I accidentally clicked a button on the last recording. So I didn't finish the video. I want to go ahead and go through more of it. Hold on, I'm going to put the subtitles. So as you can see, anyone with some common sense, let's see, it's not, hold on.
Sorry. Go to the library.
Hold on a minute.
Do some research on Scientology. We're in New York.
I love the way he approaches people. He's so cordial and kind. I love it. And look at this guy. What is he like, Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator? Probably not even 18. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's great that you want to help people and that you've given up material comforts to do so, but Miscavige is doing some very bad things out at your base, secret base in Hemet, California.
Oh, it's more than David Miscavige. Okay, I think I need to fast forward. Give me a minute here.
Working on in Quebec.
Child. I don't know why I can't zoom this one. You see that? He's got all black on. Could it be that he's in the child RPF because he was sexually assaulted by a grown man or perhaps a woman, and then he was told that he was out 2D, that he needs to do conditions for it. He's out ethics. And can he write his overts and withholds down? Since he brought in the 2D experience, which second dimension is like the sexual dimension. So when children get sexually assaulted, SOD'd, AR'd, they are told it's their fault and that they pulled it in. And then they are further punished. And you know that happens in the JWs, it happens in Mormonism, it happens in all these various cults and also religions. That's so the child shuts his mouth. Is that an organization devoid of love or what? I was just listening to a really good series with Aaron Smith Levin and Nathan Rich. And somewhere in one of those videos, they were talking about that they heard David Miscavige was, I forgot, there was some conversation about children. I don't remember exactly the details. But David Miscavige was saying that something to the effect that parents should be glad to give their child to the Sea Org or something like that. It sound like a sacrifice. Anyways, okay, let's go on. I think this little boy is in the RPF. Isn't that fantastic? And all these adults are walking around, they're okay with that. So it's like, I can only give so many passes, you know what I mean? Like, I understand a lot of what the adults have been through. They've been through a lot. And perhaps behind the scenes, there's a lot of maybe teenagers as well as adults trying to protect the children. And there's probably a lot of them trying to do something. But it's like, it's hard for a lot of people to go against this system. We know that. But the time is now, man. The time, especially if you were sexually abused as a child and you know this is going on, it is your duty to get these children out of harm's way. And that's a fact.
Why'd Canada shut down Narconon in Quebec? Holy cow.
Yeah, Mitch Brisker, there's more evidence of children in the Sea Org. Hold on. And watch how the two little boys, who it does appear that they're dressed in black. I mean, it might have a blue tinge to it. I would venture to say they're approximately 9 years old, maybe 8, on their own with no parental supervision, no alleged guardian supervision whatsoever, not going to school, which the government and the police forces are super fine with that. They're okay with it. None of these ABC alphabet agencies have any problem with the little boys or the little girls scrubbing bathrooms with toothbrushes. Or, like Nathan Rich explained, how he used to get thrown into a horse trough at the Mace Kingsley Ranch, where the unknown pedophile Wally Hanks and child abuser was. And thank God he croaked. And everybody's fine with it. It's fine. Even though in our statutes and law it's written that the laws are supposed to be enforced and that children are supposed to be protected. A whole lot of people that should be doing that are not.
Why'd Canada shut down Narconon in Quebec?
Child.
Why'd Canada shut down Narconon in Quebec? Holy cow.
Why can't I? I wish that I could zoom this. No, maybe what they're wearing, it kind of does look blue. I don't know, you guys. Is it black or blue? Because if it's in black, just by the way, the Nazi children wore black as well. Must be a coincidence. But that would indicate that they are in the child RPF. Also, based on the one on the left, who is looking away because, he's been mind controlled that everyone outside of his nut job organization is suppressive. So he's looking away because, he might get some disease or something. But apparently they got a pedophile disease in Scientology. Yeah. I'm guessing he'd maybe be about 11 or 12. Obviously not in school, which is against the law, but, And then the little one to the right, looking away as well, about the same age. Oh, and by the way, what was I going to say? Oh, they do appear to me to perhaps be of Latino descent, maybe a little browner skin. Big surprise. I wonder if, what's the guy's name? The guy who took Rinder's place? Oh, I forget his name. Full of lies and vitriol. I wonder if he's got these kids' passports. Which, again, that's another federal offense. Taking people's passports and not allowing them to have it so they can have a free right to travel. That's an offense. Little do those two boys know that they're being abused, because it's all they know. In fact, that's how all of this is allowed to go on. And I know I'm rambling today, but I'm just in a mood. That is why disconnection is so powerful. And if there's any Scientologists on the fence here, I know I rail a lot, and I understand that not all of you are like beating the crap out of children. Not a lot of you are accepting this child auditing. You're not with it. In fact, a lot of the parents that aren't with it, they just leave. And I know that they're blackmailing. I know we're all aware of all this stuff. Where's that going? Geez, I'm on a roll today. But the minute that the bricks start to fall apart with that wall, with that whole disconnection, some of these people are going to just die in mind control. It's just the way it is. And some of them I don't feel sorry for. Like, for example, I don't feel sorry for Nathan Rich's mother. What she did to him is repugnant, disgusting, reprehensible. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it seems like Nathan Rich has a more forgiving heart, but I don't. So let's continue. Let's see how many more children we can catch on record. Oh, I know what I was going to say. That would get these kids, let's see, it's 24, so that's 10 years later. They would probably be about 21, 22. What I've noticed is that if especially the children that are completely indoctrinated, a lot of them they send to the recruiting center. And we know a lot of them are miserable and sad. We understand that. I feel much more compassion for these children that have no say, which is another illegality, but laws are laws, laws are laws. They're just there.
Holy cow.
Okay, guys. Oh, there's more in the back. You see that? I wish I could draw a little circle. There was another little girl back there. Did you see her? Last time I checked, that was a child. But I guess it's okay to make 6, 7-year-olds scrub bathroom floors with toothbrushes, or dumpsters too. They particularly like children to scrub dumpsters with toothbrushes. And then if the child asks any questions, or maybe they cry, which is called interbulation, FBI, just so you know, they are often put into little rooms, whether they're bunking in the Sea Org or perhaps they're in an org. It just depends. They really love to put children in these little rooms, often that are completely like desolate, or maybe a shack, or maybe even something that's not even legally houseable, by either British or United States standards. And they will put these children in these rooms, right? Check it out. I think it's called false imprisonment. They put the children in these rooms, right? And they lock them in there for like weeks and tell them that they're on lower conditions and that they need to get their overts and withholds. And oftentimes the child, which is, I guess last time I checked, depending on where you're at, 18 or under, right? They put the child in there, and then they'll make the child lay on a urine-soaked mattress, if they get a mattress. Sometimes the abuser's so pissed off, they don't even give the child a mattress. They make them sleep on the floor. And they might just maybe get a blanket. Sometimes if they're real pissed off, they don't give the child a blanket. But they might give the child like a dirty blanket that's nasty. They won't let the child change their clothing to have clean clothes. And the food they give the child, which last time I checked, according to the books, right, according to Department of Justice maybe, and perhaps various state statutes, or maybe Child Protective Service standards, giving children scraps and garbage food that was just left over from all the adults, because, adults, that the adults ate. Last time I checked, that was neglect. And last time I checked, when you lock a child up in a room for weeks on end, not just days, weeks, and you don't allow them to leave, oftentimes making them pee in a bucket, so they don't even allow them to use the bathroom or shower. I kind of thought that was some type of a crime, right? Crazy. And again, you guys, I'm going to learn how to get there is a way I could draw on this, but I probably screwed all up. You see, there's another child, minor. Aren't they supposed to be in school? Oh, wait a minute. All the Scientology schools are fronts. They don't teach them mathematics. They don't teach them science. They don't teach them social studies. Sure don't get physical education. But yet somehow they're able to, with all these Scientology schools, get government funding, even though they don't pass the standards. Crazy. Or if they're caught physically or sexually abusing the children in these schools, they close the files for some weird reason. Even though there's child sexual abuse and there's child physical abuse and neglect, for some strange, bizarre reason, they are allowed to close the files and not give them to the authorities, allegedly. Anyways. Oh, there was another little girl with brown hair, looked Latina. And here, look, it must be magic. There's another child. Their little outfits do look dark blue, so perhaps they're not on the RPF, but it's very, very probable that they could be on the child RPF, which I also thought that was against the law, but damn, what do I know? Oh, look, you guys, it's a freaking miracle. More children. Little boy on the right, perhaps he's a Latino boy. He maybe never learned Spanish because all of his culture was taken away from him. But I digress. Oh my God, you guys, I can't. He's got a crutch, you see that? I'm trying to clean up my language lately. I can't promise you guys anything, but the little boy's on a crutch. But guess what? He still had to go to muster. But all the alphabet agencies, the police forces, they don't give a shit about this 10-year-old boy that has to get up early. Probably, maybe got doctor care, maybe didn't, who knows. But his foot is so sore he needs a crutch. But he's got to produce, right? Child slaves have to produce. Their stats have to be up, right? Nobody helping him. That's the one that sticks out to me, right?
It's okay, kids.
Oh my God, you guys. Watch this. I'm going to try not to cry because it gets me so upset. Look at that little boy to the right. Oh my God, you guys. I wish that I could zoom that in. That little boy's just looking to cry. He's looking to cry. You know, he's like, please help me. Please help me. That might be his brother in front of him. I'm not sure. But I guess that's okay. Child abuse, physical neglect, child trafficking, child manual labor, medical neglect, breaking the laws regarding schools and just, you know, what is that called when people forge documents? Like all the fake GEDs and the fake classes that they say the children have. No problem. Not a problem.
It's okay, kids. It's okay.
Oh my God. You see, he could see it. They want to cry. He wants to cry. I want to cry. But you know who doesn't cry? The police don't cry. I mean, maybe they do. I'm not saying for every police officer. You guys know who I'm talking about. Government officials don't cry. Sure as hell don't. They making too much money off this child labor. You know? Get your stats up, kid. Get your stats up. You know, I do wonder, it does make you wonder how many of these children that we're seeing right now are attempting to take their own lives because nobody's giving an F about them. That makes you wonder. Look, another child that doesn't exist, Mitch Brisker. Oh, and another child. And what I understand is some of these children turn into like raging narcissists. But I still have compassion because they're not getting a fair deal at all. Made to be a manager when you're 12? Come on now. Made to be SA'd and told you it's your fault? And punished further for it? Yeah. Another child. Oh boy, what did I just do? This is going to be long. You guys can turn it off if you're bored. Poor baby. You see how they keep it going is because these children don't know any different. And some of the adults. But if you can wipe out all your maternal and paternal instincts, I have no compassion. I have zero compassion for any of you. Not any of you, but I'm talking about the ones with no empathy or compassion for children. Look at that poor baby. He's got a freaking ugly-ass L. Ron Hubbard book. Man, I don't know why people just don't burn all of them down. I'm talking about the books, so don't get trippy on me. And look at all those adults. None of the adults helping the children. None of them. And we got to remember a lot of this is sleep deprivation. Everybody's so effing tired, right? Everybody's exhausted. That's how they keep it going, you see? The blackmail, the exhaustion, the crazy stories about children or adults in small bodies. L. Ron Hubbard, who says it's okay to kiss a 7-year-old girl. And all these morons like, L. Ron Hubbard says. L. Ron Hubbard. What would L. Ron Hubbard say? Gosh, more children. It's amazing. It took me 5 minutes to do a Google search and I can find all this. I must have a special, like, touch or something, right? So, let's see. You cannot follow the laws regarding schooling. You can forge documents and say that the children are getting science, math, phonics, whatever they teach now. You could just tell them that that's what's happening. And nobody really checks, and they're totally fine with all the L. Ron Hubbard mind control indoctrination. You can have sexual abuse, you can have physical abuse, you can have physical neglect going on in these schools, but yet still get governmental funding. Not a problem. As well as all the abuses that I've already covered. I don't want to keep like beating the same drum, but we know. We know. Adults, child. Could it be that this young girl is having the same experience or a similar experience to what Miriam Francis went through that nobody did anything about, even though they had a written confession from her father about all the years of sexual abuse that he did to his daughter? The cops still couldn't do anything. What does that tell you guys? Oh, it says a lot. I can't say too much because I could probably get in trouble. Could it be that she's going through the same thing and told that she's out 2D? Child. That's another thing that creeps me out about this whole thing. All the adults with the children. It makes me sick. You're putting those children out there on display for all the predators. I'm not saying every single person in Scientology is a sexual predator. I know that. But you damn straight know there are a lot of predators in that bus. And they're just putting these children out for like just sitting ducks. And they all are saying, thank you, sir. You see how obedient they make them? No love, no care. And I understand, like, a lot of the parents are, like, proud when their children go in the Sea Org. I don't know. I got a lot of mixed feelings about that, man. You know, it's your duty to be parents. And yes, there's mind control, but you're supposed to be involved in what's going on in their lives. I have to say, I laughed at the video. Well, I was watching the video that Nora had shared with Tori Magoo, Mitch Brisker, which I personally don't care to watch too much. And then, what's the other gal's name? I can't think of her name right now. Spanky. Well, all I'm going to say is I could not stand a word that Mitch Brisker was saying. And I got a kick out of all the deflection. Well, the elder abuse. And it's not just him. Anytime I hear a deflection, I'm just thinking, just go away. Just go away. The funny thing about cover-up, it takes a whole lot more energy. You tell the truth, it's amazing what can happen. More children! Look at that. I think those were the same two boys. Could they be in the RPF? Yeah, I mean, they might be. The fact that they've got all the adults mixed with the kids really makes me want to puke.
Why Canada shut down Narconon in Quebec?
This is why they work so hard to hide things, because they know inside what they're doing is wrong. That's why that creep, I watched a video by, I think it's UK Audits, and he went off on the Scientology organization. You know what the dude was doing? He was hiding a child underneath the desk. Sure was. On video, by the way.
So I guess that's the kids' bus. Anyway, before I forget, there was a lull in the action, so I went back to my car to grab my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I was able to secure my coffee because I didn't bring Loudmouth 6 with me.
Okay, guys, so that's it for now. There's another one that I'm going to share with you, and more will be coming today. I'm just trying to keep my spirits up. You guys have a good day. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.